Coming up, your weekly roundup of news from around the haunt industry. Welcome to the show. I'm Philip. On the HAN show, we bring you the haunt news, information, and education you need to prepare for Halloween. On Tuesdays, we bring you a roundup of news from haunts worldwide. Read more about these stories and so much more in our free weekly newsletter. Subscribe at the link in the show notes. And as always, for the news roundup, I'm passing it off to Daryl.
Coming to you from Philip Hernandez, publisher of the Haunted Attraction Network. Delta reported earnings last week, and for the second quarter ever, premium ticket revenue outpaced main cabin revenue. CEO Ed Bastian credited the airline's focus with higher income customers in the K-shaped economy, which is about a direct statement of the premiumization thesis we've been discussing, as you'll get from a CEO. Delta is also flying fewer economy seats at higher prices, and fare increases of 15 to 20% could persist through the year. Why bring an airline into a haunt newsletter? First, because haunts are part of the tourism industry, and transit signals tell us how far guests might travel and how much they're spending. Also, the same K-shaped split appeared twice in this week's news. On the premium side, Epic Universe announced Universal Nights, its first hard ticket after-hours event, at $179.99 per person for 2 October dates. On the value side, Six Flags hired Mark Pauls as COO, an operator whose Kennywood track record is the value playbook. He replaced the nighttime-only Phantom Fright Nights with a hybrid day-night fall festival that added roughly 15 operating days and expanded holiday lights into the park's first January operations. Universal is building for the guest at the top of the K. Six Flags is building for the family that trades a flight down to a drive. For haunts, this validates the premium expansion we've been tracking all year, and most of you are drive-to attractions positioned to attract trade-down guests anyway. The operators who win this fall will hold both rungs, a premium tier for the guests who want to spend, and a clearly communicated high-value ticket for the local who's watching their budget. Higher fuel costs squeezed your guests at the pump and the grocery store, but they also make a night at your haunt the affordable alternative to a trip. Elsewhere this week, Halloween Horror Nights revealed its first scare zone, Infernal Carnival of Nightmares, extending the carnival theme we flagged last week. And Nightmare Fuel returns as Blood Noir, a vampire metropolis show. SeaWorld Orlando's Howl-O-Scream announced its first new house and scare zone, and in Elgin, Illinois, Evil Intentions is returning downtown with a 5-story haunt and plans for year-round operations. Also this week, a 25-year-old Ottawa home haunt faces a bylaw complaint over its permanent structure. IKEA brings back its Kustfire collection, joining the Midsummer retail wave. Midsummer Scream's Hall of Shadows lineup tops 15 attractions, and the Texas Haunters Convention takes place this weekend, and our 2026 SoCal Haunt Calendar is live. Here's what you need to know this week. In convention news, Midsummer Scream's Hall of Shadows to feature 15-plus attractions. Midsummer Scream's 2026 Hall of Shadows will feature more than 15 attractions, with Universal, Lionsgate, and 13th Floor Entertainment appearing alongside Southern California home haunts and independent groups. This year's theme for the Dark Zone is Descent into Darkness, and it will be open all 3 days of the convention, August 7th through 9th, at the Long Beach Convention Center in Long Beach, California. Eulogy Collective, Southern California's only year-round haunted attraction, is creating this year's entry portal experience. As guests move deeper into the hall, they will encounter vignettes and characters drawn from Eulogy Collective's various seasonal overlays. Universal Horror Unleashed is bringing a character encounter featuring some of the venue's icons. It is the Las Vegas attraction's first appearance at Midsummer Scream, and is the first time the convention has hosted an attraction from Las Vegas. Lionsgate Entertainment returns for a third consecutive year with an all-new walkthrough attraction, taking guests deep into the woods to encounter an ancient evil. 13th Floor Entertainment presents Magic of the Jack-O-Lanterns Bar, serving themed drinks for guests 21 and older. The Decade Brigade returns to the Hall of Shadows with 3 days of slider exhibitions. Additional attractions, displays, and photo ops will be presented by Rawl of the Dead, H&L's Realm of Horror, Clowns v Skeletons, Straight to Hail, The Haunt with No Name Yet, Fear Farm, The Haunted Car Wash, The Drake Society, Realm of Shadow, Monclova Media Group, and Black Casket Productions. All Midsummer Scream passes including admissions to every attraction in the Hall of Shadows. Gold Bat VIP holders receive priority access to most attractions and bypass general admission standby queues. Passes for Midsummer Scream 2026 are on sale now, starting from $42 to $60 for single-day admission. Weekend general admission and VIP Gold Bat passes are currently sold out. Download the official event app to build your schedule, view the show floor, map, and more. Texas Haunters Convention takes place this weekend. The Texas Haunters Convention takes place this weekend, July 18th and 19th, at the Irving Convention Center in Irving, Texas. The event features over 84,000 square feet of family-friendly vendors, events, demonstrations, and classes targeting Halloween and cosplay enthusiasts. The fun begins with a Friday night haunt tour featuring Imminent Doom Haunted House from Kilgore, Texas, Doc Wilkes House of Horrors in Longview, Texas, and Greystone Scream Park in Longview, Texas. Saturday and Sunday feature a show floor with over 150 exhibitors, demonstrations, classes, and more. Saturday night's costume ball includes a live DJ, giveaways, food trucks, a cash bar, and an adult 18 and over costume contest. While VIP passes are sold out, general admission passes are available throughout the show, starting at $25 for adult weekend show floor passes and $12 to $20 for single-day adult show floor passes. In theme park news, Six Flags hires new COO with Halloween background. Six Flags Entertainment Corporation from Charlotte, North Carolina, has appointed Mark Pauls as Chief Operating Officer effective July 15, 2026, bringing in an operator who has worked alongside CEO John Riley at two previous companies. Pauls and Riley have overlapping histories at both Palace Entertainment and SeaWorld Parks and Entertainment. Pauls served as Vice President of Operations at Palace Entertainment while Riley was CEO of Palace Entertainment US and Group COO of the parent company, Parks Reunidos. Both men also held senior roles at SeaWorlds earlier in their careers, where Riley served as interim CEO and COO, and Pauls held corporate and park-level operation posts. Paul's most valuable tenure for seasonal programming professionals was his 4 years as general manager of Kennywood in West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, which he led from June 2020 until his promotion to Palace Entertainment's corporate operations role in 2024. At Kennywood, Pauls oversaw the park's 2021 retirement of the nighttime-only Phantom Fright Nights in favor of the Phantom Fall Fest, a hybrid model painting daytime family programming with nighttime scares that added roughly 15 operating days to the fall calendar. He also expanded the park's Holiday Lights event to 24 nights, adding the first January operating days in the park's history and the park's first winter coaster operation. That track record intersects with Six Flags' current priorities. The company attributed part of its 2025 attendance softness to the removal of 4 winter holiday events and is rebuilding its Holiday in the Park at Six Flags Great Adventure and Six Flags Over Georgia for 2026, alongside expanding live entertainment lineups. The restored fall programming, including the return of Dead Man's Party to Fright Fest, a great adventure. You can watch as we discuss this story in the weekly Green Tag podcast by following the links in our show notes. Halloween Horror Nights 2026 reveals the first scare zone, the Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. Universal Orlando Resort has revealed the first scare zone for Halloween Horror Nights 35, and it shares the event's name, Infernal Carnival of Nightmares. Jack and Dr. Oddfellow invite you to step right up and see what horrors hide in every shadow at a sinister spectacle decades in the making, the announcement reads. The Scare Zone extends the event theme Universal revealed at MegaCon Orlando in March, when the company announced the 2 characters would headline the 35th anniversary together for the first time, along with the original haunted house Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos and Control. Universal has described the event as transforming Universal Studios Florida into a decrepit, fear-fueled carnival. The decades in the making line points at the character's shared history at the event. Jack the Clown debuted as HHN's first original icon in 2000. Dr. Oddfellow is the carnival ringmaster in Jack's backstory. This year marks the first time the longtime rivals appear as allies rather than adversaries. HHN Orlando trades the circus for a vampire metropolis with nightmare fuel Blood Noir. Universal Studios Resort in Orlando, Florida invites Halloween Horror Nights guests to embark on a dark musical journey as death-defying stunts lure audiences deeper into a vampire-ridden metropolis in the all-new Nightmare Fuel Blood Noir. Blood Noir is the 6th annual edition of Nightmare Fuel, which debuted at the event's 30th anniversary in 2021 in the theater formerly home to the Fear Factor Live. High-energy production combines fire performances, aerialist, dance, and stage illusions set to rock, metal, and electronica. Fuel Girls, the London-based fire performance troupe that has anarchized Nightmare Fuel since its debut, confirmed on their social media channels that they will not participate in Halloween Horror Nights 35. The troupe cited a touring conflict. Their rock orchestra run in Europe covers August through October, overlapping the entire HHN season. Universal has not announced who will replace them in Blood Noir. Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights runs select nights August 28th through November 1st. Tickets are on sale now on the event's official website page. Epic Universe to debut Universal Nights After Hours event in October. Enjoy Universal Epic Universe from Orlando, Florida After Hours on October 3rd and 17th as part of Universal Nights. During this separately ticketed event, all 5 worlds will be open from guests from 9 p.m. to midnight, and guests can arrive as early as 7 p.m. to enjoy the park, including the all-new Universal Celestial Goodnight Spectacular, before the event officially begins. The tickets include character appearances throughout the park, unlimited specialty snacks, berry-flavored Celestial popcorn and crispy kimchi bao at Celestial Park, and Coca-Cola Freestyle refills in the provided cup. Tickets go on sale August 13th and start at $179.99 plus tax per person with limited capacity. Universal Nights gives Epic Universe its first hard-ticketed evening event since the park opened in May 2025 and drove Universal Theme Park's segment to record quarters. 2 October dates land in the middle of the resort's biggest fall season yet, alongside Halloween Horror Nights 35 at Universal Studios, which runs select nights August 28th through November 1st. SeaWorld Orlando has confirmed Howl-O-Scream will return for its 6th year on select nights from September 11th through October 31st, 2026, with 5 haunted houses, 6 scare zones, 5 all-new interactive bars, and 2 live shows. Separately ticketed event opens its gate at 6:30 p.m. with the event beginning at 7 p.m., and the park has named its first 2 new experiences, the Haunted House Everything Must Stay, and the Scare Zone, Just One More Chapter. Everything Must Stay. The only named haunted house so far is an all-new original concept centered around a haunted open house. The park's description reads, for 6 years, one suburban home has sat unsold, while every open house ends the same way. Terrified buyers fleeing from things they can't explain. Tonight, those unseen forces awaken, and you'll find yourself trapped inside for the worst showing imaginable. And then Just One More Chapter. The first named Scare Zone is an all-new Gothic Garden theme to cursed romance, where, per the park's description, irresistible temptation creates deadly intentions. It joins 2 returning zones already confirmed on the official page, Trailer Park Tragedy and Wood Rot Hollow. 3 additional new scare zones remain unannounced. Evil Intentions Haunted House returns to Elgin, Illinois. Evil Intentions Haunted House is returning to Elgin, Illinois after 2 seasons in Maple Park, with plans to move into the 5-story, 21,000 square foot Hyder Electric Supply Company building at 80 North State Street in downtown Elgin. Elgin Planning and Zoning Commission unanimously backed a conditional use permit for the project at its meeting on Monday, as reported by the Daily Herald and Dundee Daily News. Owner Mike Fitzpatrick ran the haunt for nearly 20 years at the former Elgin Casket Company building before relocating, and the new attraction would use all 5 floors of the 1880-era's building in a roughly 30-minute tour, running 6 weeks from late September, staffed by about 120 actors, makeup artists, and set designers. Projections presented at the meeting estimate 25,000 visitors per season and about $1 million in local economic impact. City planning staff said roughly 75% of guests buy time tickets online, and a queue area holding about 1,000 people and 5 to 7 guests entering every 60 seconds, peaking at an estimated 2,500 visitors on the weekend before Halloween. Online ticket buyers will be directed to public lots east of the Fox River and shuttled to the building, with 360 backup spaces secured nearby. Fitzpatrick eventually plans to operate the venue year-round with escape rooms and a horror-themed bar on the first floor. The Academy Museum of Motion Pictures presents The Horror Show. Why do horror films matter so deeply to so many? The Academy Museum of Motion Pictures in Los Angeles, California, will explore this question and celebrate horror cinema with its newest exhibition, The Horror Show. On view from September 26, 2026 through July 25th of 2027, The Horror Show will take visitors on a journey through conventions, characters, and settings that have haunted theaters and audiences for more than a century. Winding through 6 thematic chambers filled with rare original props, costumes, production materials, and interactive displays, the exhibition explores why people love to be scared at the movies and how filmmakers satisfy that desire. The experience begins with an introductory gallery sound installation into the hallway, modeled after the common horror trope that will lead to 6 distinctly themed galleries: Gothic, Psychological, Science, Slasher, Religion, and Ghost. Each gallery is designed to invite visitors into iconic settings where they will encounter their favorite creatures, monsters, and objects. The only pathway out of the exhibition lies through the Blood Room, an immersion in the many textures and shades of cinematic blood. Spilling out from the hallway of horrors, visitors are engulfed in a final sensorial macabre gallery walls layered with gore, pushing the knowledge gleaned from the exhibition through one last gooey visual of horror. The Horror Show is an exploration of horror's emotional, cultural, and symbolic power and examines why horror matters so deeply to so many different types of communities, said Senior Exhibitions Curator Jessica Niebel. We are excited to celebrate the daring creativity of horror cinema with devoted fans and curious newcomers alike, inviting audiences to confront what frightens us and discover why we keep coming back for more. Horror films represented by the exhibit include Alien from 1979, The Horror of Dracula from 1958, The Nightmare on Elm Street from 1984, The Shining from 1980, Dracula from 1931, Frankenstein from 1931, Get Out from 2017, Halloween from 1978, Ju-on from 1998, Midsommar from 2019, Misery from 1990, Poltergeist from 1982, Ringu from 1986, Silence of the Lambs from 1991, and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1994. While parental guidance is advised regarding the Horror Show, the Academy Museum will also present a small-scale, family-friendly exhibition, Zombies, for the Horror Show's duration. Set in an interactive educational space, Zombies showcases how filmmakers and artists create the unforgettable images of the undead we see on screen. Visitors can also discover the origins of zombies and how they have been adapted to become the classic horror monsters we know today. Nightmare Rising haunted attraction hosts Camp Coffin Creek. Enter a real-life slasher movie with Nightmare Rising haunted attraction's first overnight horror camping experience, Camp Coffin Creek, in Chino, California, on August 21st and 22nd, 28th and 29th. Campers will attempt to survive 12 terrifying hours at this horror-themed summer camp, compete in themed camp games, experience 3 haunted attractions, participate in a park-wide scavenger hunt, watch classic horror movies, attend a professional special effects makeup workshop by Sci-Fi Channel's Face Off alum Eric Fox, and more. Tickets are on sale now, ranging from $120 to $200 per person. General admission includes tent rental, camp t-shirt, and access to all camp activities. Bylaw complaint threatens to end home haunt after 25 years. A popular home haunt in Orleans, Ottawa, may have to be scaled back or shut down after Ottawa's bylaw department confirmed that the haunt uses illegal structures. For over 25 years, Patrick Albert and his family have created an elaborate Halloween display that draws thousands of visitors each Halloween season. In that time, they have raised over $100,000 for the Children's Hospital of Eastern Ontario. Jake Gravel, Ottawa's Chief of Bylaw and Regulatory Services, told CBC News that the complaint concerned the location and placement of structures on their residential properties. According to Albert, the structures in question are a large plywood castle facade and 2 custom-built rooms that wrap around his house and remain up all year due to the difficulty of removing them. The family would not be able to remove and rebuild the elements year after year. Gravel told CBC News the city's bylaw department is working with the family to achieve compliance in the zoning bylaw, including potential solutions that address safety requirements and the applicable regulations for accessory structures. As of Sunday, July 12th, an online petition to save the beloved community attraction is over 3,200 signatures. Fans and community members hope the local council will take a collaborative approach to find a way forward that respects the necessary regulations while preserving this cherished tradition. IKEA's Kustfyr Halloween decor collection returns for 2026. IKEA is bringing back its Kustfyr Halloween decor collection for 2026, joining Bath & Body Works, Michaels, and Spirit Halloween among the major retailers with Halloween on shelves by midsummer. IKEA describes the collection as back rather than new, with Scandinavian styling that leans cute over creepy. Kustfyr was designed by Marta Krupinska for IKEA of Sweden with additional pieces by James Dart. I always try to sneak a little playfulness into what I do, Krupinska said with IKEA's press materials. We humans need joy and love seeing adults let their inner child take the lead when they see something cool and want it. I hope to evoke the same feeling with you in the Kustfyr collection. The Kustfyr characters are a cat, a bat, a spider, and a ghost, described by IKEA as sweet, spooky, and ready to party. The collection covers most standard Halloween decor categories, including lighting, tabletop, baking, textiles, candles, trick-or-treat, and storage. The 2026 SoCal Haunt Calendar. You can attend the Oogie Boogie Bash and Disney California Adventure in Anaheim, August 18th through 31st. Halloween time at Disneyland in Anaheim, August 21st through October 31st. Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood, Universal Studios Hollywood, September 3rd through November 1st. SeaWorld San Diego Hallow Scream, September 11th through October 31st. Knott's Scary Farm in Bueno Park, September 17th through October 31st. Six Flags Fright Night in Six Flags Magic Mountain, Valencia, September 18th through November 1st. Queen Mary's Dark Harbor in Long Beach, September 18th through November 1st. Los Angeles Haunted Hayride in Griffin Park, September 18th through November 1st. Fright Festival Nights on Winchester Mystery House, San Jose, September 18th through November 1st. Legoland California Brick or Treat in Carlsbad, September 19th through November 1st. The Haunted Trail of Balboa Park, San Diego, September 25th through November 1st. Carved at Descanso Gardens in La Canada Flint Ridge, October 2nd through November 1st. Heartstoppers Haunted House in Rancho Cordova, California, October 2nd through November 1st. Black Casket in Yucaipa, California, starting October 2nd. Pirates of Emerson in Pleasanton, October 2nd through November 1st. Haunted Car Wash, Orange County, Los Angeles, Inland Empire, and San Diego, October 2nd through October 31st. Wicked Lit in the Chance Theater in Anaheim, October 29th through November 2nd. Some upcoming scare actor editions: House of Horror Haunted Carnival in Miami, Florida on July 16th. The Mortuary Haunted House in New Orleans, Louisiana is ongoing. Nightmare Wharf in Buffalo, New York, August 15th and 16th. The Sawmill Haunted House in Covington, Los Angeles is ongoing. The 13th Hour Haunted Attractions in Indianapolis, Indiana is ongoing. Some upcoming events in July through September of 2026. Texas Haunters Convention from Irving, Texas this weekend, July 18th and 19th. Haunters Against Hate, the event from Louisville, Kentucky, August 1st and 2nd. Midsummer Scream in Long Beach, California, August 7th through 9th. Creep It Real OC Expo in Santa Ana, California, September 11th through 13th.
And that's all for the news this week. Today's episode was produced by me, Philip Hernandez, with reporting by Daryl Plunkey, post-production by David Swope. This Haunt News Update is a production of the Haunted Attraction Network, and you can sign up to our weekly newsletter at hauntedattractionnetwork.com. Support for this episode comes from Gantom Lighting and Controls. Until next time, Haunters, stay scary.
This is a Haunted Attraction Network